Okay, this is my intro. My name is Nans and I'm building websites for life, and I'm starting Webflow challenges to learn new skills and to help you learn new skills. And in this video, I'm building the sign up page in Webflow in 15 minutes. Hop on, let's get started. I have opened a new project and I'm going to start with a blank site. Let's call it sign up page day 1, because it is daily Webflow challenges. So I'm going to limit my time to 15 minutes and the time starts now. Okay, so first of all, I need to enable user pages so that I could access the sign up page. Okay, let's go. Here it is, sign up. Let's go to it. And here we can see that it has already some default elements, which is great. But what I want to do, I wanted to design it. So my idea is to create a 2-column page out of this. Let's take a look what's inside. So we have 2 status creations. Okay, I'm going to remove this image right now. Success. Also remove image. And error. Okay, let's get started. So I'm gonna rename the page wrapper element to sign up page wrapper. I'm going to remove maximum width, give it width of 100%. And I'm going to set it as a grid with 1 row, 2 columns, and gap of 0 rem between those two. And yeah, to get started really fast and give you an idea what's going to be on the right side, I'm going to upload a few images I have pre-downloaded, and here's my picture for the right column. Look, it's stretched. I'm going to give it a class sign up image and set the fit to cover. And just in case, I'm going to give it 100% height and width. Perfect. Let's come back here to the sign up form block. First of all, I'm going to give it some paddings, something like 2.5 RAM. And I'm going to rename it. Join our coaching community, because I want to niche down to coaching websites. I'm going to give a class to the heading element to sign up heading, remove the top margin, and give it a bottom margin of 2.5 rem for consistency. One more thing I forgot to do here. I want to set display to flex for the sign up form block. Flex vertical, and let's align to just center. So I'm going to all labels now. I'm going to give them some margins. I also want to convert these to maybe, yes, 0.8 rem. Looks good. Also going to give the color black and to create it as a variable so that we could reuse it later. So for this one, I'm going to give it a class of text field, and I want to give it a border radius of 0.25 rem. Let's also create a variable. Border radius. I'm doing it a little bit not structured enough. But in this video, I'm striving for functionality, not perfection. So yeah, I created another color variable for the color, for the gray color. And now for the hover, I want the color change to black. Let's go back to the state, to the default state, and set up the transition for all properties 200 milliseconds. Good enough. Now we can see some little animation going on. So for this one, I'm going to also give it a class text field. And for this one as well. Checkbox. I want to make it custom. And let's also give it some, yeah, it has the style checkbox now, as soon as I started making changes to it. And I want to give it the color gray. On hover, let it change to black. And when it is checked, I want the background color to change to something a bit more bright. Yeah, I think good enough. Let's also create a variable for this one. Call it like main accent color. And also give it some transitions. Okay, here's another checkbox. Checkbox field. I want to increase a little bit the bottom margin. Checkbox field. Perfect. And now I'm going to click all links and give them the color main accent color. Perfect. And now I'm on the submit button. I'm going to reapply the main accent color to it and border radius of also from the variables that I created. Okay, great. I have 8 minutes left. Perfect. There is no need to rush. So what else can I do here? I want to give a bit more bottom margin for the text field element. Okay, maybe a little less. Yes, that's better. And also I want to put some nice icons into those text field box. So let's do that. Let's do that. First of all, I'm going to give some paddings for consistency. And now I'm going to create a combo class. Is email. Next, I'm going to put the email icon right here with the width 1.25. That's good enough for me. Let's give it some left margin. I guess it's margin, 12 pixels. And now I need to give it some more padding. Yeah, looks good. So for the next one, I'm going to give it a class is email, click on it, say duplicate, is name, and I'm going just to update the icon, and I'm going to repeat this process for the last one, the last field. Let's say is password, and I'm going to replace the image, the icon image. Great. So I have 6 minutes left. What I like about it is that I don't have to actually set up the login link and actually do nothing here with it because it's already functional since it is a pre-built element by Webflow for you. But I want to customize the verification state just a bit. And I think the only thing I want to do here is to set up the text alignment to center. Let's go back to the parent element, default. Let's check success state. Yeah, I also want to align it to center. And let's go check the error state. So right now it's down below. I don't want it to be there. It is below because it has position absolute. I'm going to make it static. Remove the margins. Give it just the top margin. Remove the paddings. And I also want to remove the background color and make it transparent. And I'm going to give it the bright red color. Oh, I can see the contrast ratio is failing me. So if I do it like this, that's so much better. Now it is not failing. But we also align it to the center. I think it looks good enough for me. So let's preview it. And preview on the bigger screen. Yeah, looks good enough. On the tablet. I think it's good enough. On the mobile horizontal, I don't like it at all. So I have 4 minutes left. Let's go redo this to one columns wrapper. I mean the sign up page wrapper. And I want to make the sign up image as a background. So I'm setting its position to fixed full. But right now it's sort of over the main form. So I'm going to give the form z index of 1. And to make it more readable, I'm going to reduce the opacity of the background image. 25 looks good enough. 20, even better. Oh, by the way, I can see now that I forgot to set this checkbox to custom. Okay. And on the mobile, I think the only thing I want to do is to decrease the paddings just a bit. Let's test the responsiveness. Yeah, looks good. I have 2.5 minutes left. What I can do is I can set up the page loading interaction to make it a bit more dynamic. So when the page finishes loading, I'm going to start an animation. Let's call it sign up page loading. And I think what I want to do is I want to tweak its opacity. Let's duplicate it. Oh, can't see it. Yeah, now I can. Out quad. Let's preview. Maybe I should change the target to sign up page wrapper and set it to affect the class. Well, it gives a little bit smoothness, but I don't like it much actually. So I want the animation to be more complex than that. So let's cancel back to the sign up page form block, set it to affect the class. And let's also do some scaling for the image. So I want it to be a bit bigger. And from here, I want it to go back to its original size. I have 14 seconds left. Yeah, that's more like it. But the only thing I need to do is to convert it into a div block, to wrap it into a div block and call it sign up image wrap and set its position to overflow hidden. Let's preview it. Now it's so much better. Let's preview again. Yeah, and I would only add not scaling but opacity change for this element as well. So I'm going to set up the opacity from 0 to 100. Okay, let's preview. So much better. And let's also play just a bit. Oh, I'm out of time actually. Who cares? So yeah, I increased the duration from zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.8 and it looks so much better, I think. I click save and I'm done. That was it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result. Well, ideally, I would love also to have there some buttons like Google sign in or Facebook sign in, the ones that are very popular. I had fun. Okay, one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to set up the color for the text field input. Let's set it to black. Yeah, right now it's so much better. By the way, I just found thing that's bothering me. When I'm using autofill feature, I cannot see my icon anymore. And that's a bummer. But okay, that's something to debug later. This is it. Hope you enjoyed it and check out my other videos on the design challenges.